Alright, hello everyone. Um, Back with another FFA cast. Played this game um, last night, actually. So, as always at the start, um, we'll speed it up a bit. So guys, oh yeah, player introductions, right? Okay guys, so this game, it's gonna be pretty interesting. Because we have Specchio, Barisu, 32A, Viz, and ML Engineer. These are all like FFA regulars. Orange is the only player I don't know, but a lot of the FFA, like people who know what they're doing in this small map, and so it should get pretty interesting. So, okay, we'll slow it down here. So it looks like we have 32A. I'm gonna get rid of the, resource count for now. So actually 32A harassing Viz early on. Gosh, guys. How many kills? Oh my god, Zealot has 5 kills, guys. That's a lot of damage. He got another SUV. He's gonna get a Marine. My goodness. Yeah. Viz mental shaken a little bit by that. So, 3 Protosses, 2 Terran, and 1 Zerg. Viz engaging in mental warfare. Alright. Oh man. And further harassment with a Reaver. 32A really just giving Viz a hard time. Oh my goodness. Now it looks like Orange really expanding aggressively with 2 Zealots as his standing army. Yellow kind of off to a weird start. I guess he will be going Reavers though. Okay, so 32A randomly attacking Orange now. But he just kind of lost his Reaver there. A little bit weird. So, what's going on down here? We have Zerg on 3 base, with a Terran on 2 base. A lone Marine has discovered this high ground base here. Ah, and the drones. So, 32A still on Reaver Tech. Now, looks like we have the Zerg, Barisu, and Specchio engaging. And oh my god, Barisu actually fought really well there. Destroyed Specchio's army. That might have been the most efficient fight I've ever seen Hydras win, actually. That was kind of crazy. Meanwhile, it looks like the yellow and orange Protoss Civil War going on up here. Some high ground Dragoon with Reavers guarding. Looks like orange was rushing carriers, so he simply doesn't have Reaver tech and he can't contest yellow right now. Meanwhile, this teal similarly doing a high ground lurker push on Specchio. Teal really fighting this well right now. He's on 4 bases now. Really pressuring pink, but siege tanks. Oh man. He is losing units though. So it looks like yellow clearing this orange base out. Orange is now just trying to buy time to get his carriers out. Looks like Viz still not able to secure a natural. But 32A doesn't really have a standing army. He just kind of has like spellcasters and corsairs. Kind of a weird comp, to be honest. Yeah, kind of a weird comp. No Reavers either. So Viz slowly pushing out. I mean, 32A was on 4 bases here. He really should have like 8 gates and a crap ton of zealots and dragoons. I think Viz pretty much dies if 32A did that, but for some reason he's doing this weird Corsair High Templar thing. So it looks like Specchio finally pushing out, reclaiming this high ground. And Barisu trying to get up to Hive Tech. Meanwhile, yellow pushing on this orange base now. And orange is getting some carriers out, but will it be enough? Meanwhile, Viz moving on this 32A base down here. And 32A has no army. I mean, he just straight up has no army. Very weird, because I do consider him a strong player. But, yeah, just very strange play by him this game. Now, generally when Terran and Zerg are boxed in with each other in a confined space, really don't like it for Zerg. So, yeah, like this is so tough. What do you do as Zerg here? Yeah, he just dies. I mean, what can you do here? So it looks like orange scrambling to defend his last base here. But yeah, guys, if you're Protoss, like early game, just make units. Don't do whatever this is. So Specchio really putting the pressure on Barisu now. Right on his front. Meanwhile, yellow and orange getting into a full-on battle. Orange did manage to squeeze out carriers, but he's not going to have the income to support carriers. And on top of that, he's starting to lose them now. Oh, and looks like some psychological warfare. Oh my god. Yeah, Barisu really having trouble fighting back there. And orange is pretty much on his last toes here. He has carriers, but he's on one base. He's almost mined out. And yeah, these carriers are just getting hunted down. So it looks like a DT from 32A just killing all the... Oh my god. 13 pro kills from 32A's Dark Templar. Yeah, this is just really strange. Still no gateways, still no army. Corsairs can disruption web, sure, but you need something to actually capitalize on that. So if Viz just kind of pushes out, I think he wins this. So it looks like Specchio's still laying siege to this base. And with this base falling, and this base falling, and his natural getting high ground siege tanked, Barisu's days are quite numbered here. And, you know, that just feels bad because that's the plight of Zerg. So Viz took out this base, and he took out this base. He's got a nice siege line going. He even made a bunker to soak up damage. And he's just gonna slow push. Just like Yellow's slow pushing with Reavers. And Orange is pretty much dead here. So I guess what you're seeing here, guys, is there were 6 players on this map, and you can see Yellow kind of dominating this area now. Pink is kind of dominating this area now. And I'd say Viz and 32A are still locked in battle. But because of 32A's like really weird decision making, I think Viz is gonna dominate this area. You can see what he's trying to do. He's trying to de-web and like kill it with Reavers, but I mean he just doesn't have enough. Like if you're gonna do this strat, at least make a lot of Stargates and Robo facilities, but even that he only has 1, so I mean he's sitting on this much bank with 65 supply. Really, like, yeah, 32A, he's a good player, so it's kind of odd to see this. Yeah. So it looks like Specchio trying to deliver the final blow to this Zerg. But Barisu not going to make it easy on him. Dug in on the high ground with Dark Swarm. It will be very hard to break. Specchio's just going to have to vessel him. So yeah, you can see the map's almost kind of divided by this water. Like you have this third here, which is currently under contention by 32A and Viz. You have this third here, which is like mostly Specchio's, but Barisu's still here. And then you have this third, which Yellow has kind of dominated, eliminated Orange, and now actually just straight up building cannons to secure these 2 chokes. Would have liked to see this cannon line maybe near the high ground here to secure this base better. But this generally is good. Yellow has a very strong army, one of the largest supply right now, and just kind of consolidating all his gains from killing Orange. Pretty solid. Barisu trying a little push out here, but I don't know if you've heard, but siege tanks are pretty good with science vessels. So yeah, Viz just straight up slow pushed 32A to death. 32A just never really got the army out. Even now, he only has 6 production facilities total. And Corsairs, they can de-web, but Corsairs can't kill siege tanks, so... so it looks like he's trying to switch into carriers, but when Terran mech's literally on your front door, it's just way too late. I do like how he tried to sneak to space, but I think Yellow has full vision of it, so shouldn't let that stand for too long, I would imagine. So actually, Barisu kind of fighting back a little bit. He's managed to secure his natural again. I don't think he can win this game, but he's not making it easy on Specchio. And looks like Specchio pushing up. Is this it for our Zerg? Oh, going for the vessels. Okay, pop 2. Oh my god, there's no... He needs to Plague or Dark Swarm or something. These Hydras are fighting really well though. Holding this high ground. Even an Irradiate coming down. And yeah, it looks like Yellow gets rid of this Navy base real quick. Now Navy is... He's got 5 carriers. But it looks like Viz already ready with Goliaths. Specchio with the Restoration against the Plague. You don't see that every day. So yeah, I mean, Viz just kind of slow pushing 32A to death. I guess we'll see what these carriers can do now. With, what is this? Reaver and High Templar support. That's pretty good. Those are good support units. But yeah, I mean... Okay, great Storm. But yeah, it's just not enough. Trying to de-web. You can see what he was trying to do. But... yeah, the execution just wasn't there. So now you guys can clearly see Teal and Navy, they're kind of just holding out in their corners. But really it's, what is this, Mustard and Light Pink and Yellow, who are the front runners to win this game. Would have liked to see Yellow kind of take this space while Viz was kind of dealing with Navy. But I guess Yellow was too satisfied with his gains. And the Viz Classic, Cloaked Wraiths, destroys what's left of 32A. And we should see 32A tap out here, as well as Barisu. But it is hard to really kill a Zerg as Terran, because Dark Swarms. Okay, gets a tank. Can this Reaver get any shots off? Alright. Alright. This Reaver really fighting hard. But it's not enough. Zealot. Okay. And yeah, I think that's it, guys. GG 32A. So it looks like Yellow turning his sights on this base. I like this, a little army group just denying bases from the enemies. Always solid. Oh man. Specchio, he says I'm in. Oh. But these Zerglings in the Dark Swarm. Oh my god, Specchio's trying to move. He kills the Defiler. I think this is it. I think he did it. There's no more Dark Swarms available. So really, you you can understand why Yellow kind of made all these defenses here and sat back. He just killed Orange, you know, just trying to think conservatively. Um, but really, you know, Pink and Mustard spent quite a lot of time dealing with their opponents in their sections of the map. Like they just kind of finished now. So really, if Yellow like moved on Mustard or Pink while this was happening, it could have been like it could have been a lot to deal with. So you can see maybe like being a little bit too passive from Yellow here. Although personally, I think it's understandable. So yeah, with this, I'd say it is complete. Light Pink has kind of dominated this area, and Mustard's dominated this area. Looks like Yellow and Light Pink are going to be fighting over this space a little bit. And looks like battle cruisers coming out for Pink. And he's high ground siege tanking. Very hard to deal with in this position. So you kind of see some attempts at fighting back, some mind control on the tanks. Okay, sick feedback. But losing a lot of Dark Archons to these tanks. Honestly, not worth. This has not been worth. Looks like he's using a fodder unit to take the tank shots so that he can mind control. More mind control. So yeah, you can see FFA kind of devolves into this spellcaster combat. So I think this game is gonna be a lot of that at this point, because 3 players are kind of. Oh, is Barisa still alive? So yeah, you can see the 3 players. They're really trying to consolidate their gains at this point and trying to eke out value with like long range units like siege tanks and spellcasters like battle cruisers. Looks like Specchio going for a little Yamato cannon here, but yeah, battle cruiser gets mind controlled. And Viz, yeah, mostly consolidated this area. Same for Specchio. So we will speed it up a little bit. Yeah. So continuing to see some mind control shenanigans here. Viz and Specchio kind of fighting over this mineral patch as well. It's these in-between mineral patches that were kind of in contention at this point. Yellow keeps losing Dark Archons to Siege Tanks. Not the best. And also would have liked to see Yellow contest these patches a little bit more instead of just giving them to Mustard for free. But I guess he was focused on this. So Yellow realizing these 2 patches are the only ones out of range, just slowly mining from these. Pink with some sick EMPs. Oh, we have some action here. Big Yamato's going off. Oh man, okay, 2 BC kills. Looks like Mustard and Pink getting into it a bit. Pink showing Mustard that he's got some teeth still. So yeah, you can kind of see this this mini TVT going on here. This is kind of interesting. They're really fighting over this base. Both sides trying to long distance mine. Both sides are trying to long distance mine, but the opposing tanks are killing their workers. So Viz Mustard can only mine from like these 2 patches, and Specchio can only mine from like this patch. Yeah, even that patch gets shot at. So you can see this very interesting scenario here. And then both sides have battle cruisers as well that they're trying to get value out of by Yamatoing. Oh my goodness. So guys, this is what late game FFA looks like. It's a very different. It's not standard 1v1 StarCraft. It's a very different way of fighting. Ah, Specchio loses a BC for 2 tanks there. Not the best trade. But oh, he loses another BC. BCs are expensive units, guys. I know the players have banks, but BCs are literally like even a few BCs can start to eat away at these banks. So looks like unfortunately Specchio getting 2v1. Yellow kind of chose this base to contest pink with, as opposed to this base to contest mustard with. So it looks like yellow kind of harassing this base now. But it's all mined out for the most part. Should have done this a lot sooner. So yellow using the mind controlled battle cruiser now. And this, meanwhile, this TVT war continues. Yeah, you can see they're literally just using spells to get value here. So it looks like pink and yellow entering into negotiations. Pink kind of giving the space to yellow, because I guess he wants to fight mustard more. So this base still not being able to be mined from. Oh my goodness, massive battle. We have Specchio coming in, but unfortunately Viz kind of stomped this army. Nonetheless, big battle. Viz still, you know, has 9 BCs though. So Specchio at this point, I would say he's out of contention. Just took a little bit too much damage in those fights. Never got to secure this base. But I think he just wanted to kill Viz more than he wanted to kill yellow. So, which works for yellow's favor. And now with Specchio's BCs gone, he's kind of at the mercy of this BC fleet from Viz. Specchio looks like he's scrounging up his last army. We'll see what he tries to do here. We're gonna speed it up a bit, guys, because these endgame spellcaster scenarios can get pretty tedious for the viewer. It's so fun when you're the one playing it, but even I will admit, just watching it can be underwhelming. So it looks like Specchio coming in for a last hit, desperately trying to do what he can against this army. He has a few Goliaths, but it's not enough. Doesn't even bring down 1 BC. Oh, Specchio has a few BCs left. Looks like Viz did lose 1 BC in that battle. So Specchio kind of suiciding into Viz. But it looks like yellow has almost twice the bank Viz has at this point. Yeah, so it looks like yellow is starting to mind control vultures. This is what FFA devolves into, guys. Late game scenario. You're literally just trying to eke out value with your spellcasters. But Viz getting to eat this base and this base earlier, uncontested, I'd say that's kind of what gave him the game. Yeah, so you see Viz going for some Yamatos, while Yellow's going for some mind controls. Because those are their, each side's respective longest spells, and so they're trying to get value. So you can see continued mind controls. Both sides trying to pick at each other without taking losses. But if you look at the banks, overall Yellow's gaining the edge here. Slowly. And now with some carriers, another tool to get value. Because carriers can kill units without dying as well. Viz even going for lifted buildings to hide his units to prevent being targeted. While Yellow, both sides even getting their buildings in the mix now. Yellow building some cannons probably for detection. And now with the carriers, taking out some turrets, some Goliaths, some tanks here and there. Another mind-controlled battle cruiser. So Viz really needs to keep these battle cruisers away from these Dark Archons. That is how he's gonna win right now. So it looks like Viz going for some Yamatos on these Dragoons. But when the Terran scans ahead, you can often tell what they're trying to do. Because why would he scan here, right? What does he want? So it looks like the carriers taking out a couple tanks, a feedback taking out a Wraith. You can see it's just a war of attrition. It's almost like World War I style trench warfare. Both sides are just trying to pick away at each other. Now some people, okay, so here Viz is done. He's done with the attrition. He's just coming in. And looks like he got a massive EMP off on all of Yellow's spellcasters. And suddenly, a big stasis on a big part of Viz's army. Actually, with the stasis, Yellow was able to beat that first attack. But Viz coming in with reinforcements. Does Yellow have any reinforcements? He's making some. So Yellow kind of beats back Viz. Oh, Viz sieges up. Oh man, I would have loved to see Yellow use these High Templars here. Oh, and at the perfect time, Viz's battle cruisers come back. They are frozen again, but not enough, I think. And these carriers are just being taken out now. Dark Archons come back for no reason. They don't have any energy. They're all taken out. And Viz is sprinting for the finish line now. Yellow's kind of scrambling, trying to make anything and everything. So Viz kind of going for, this is his last push. He doesn't have much bank left. Yellow choosing to fight here. He needs to use some of these spells, like Stasis, Mind Control. Oh, looks like he might be going for a Stasis here. Okay, he freezes a good amount of the BCs. Gets a sick Storm off. Can we get another one? Okay, not so sick of a Storm. These Dragoons are getting slaughtered. These Dark Archons may have gotten EMP'd again. Viz really sick with the EMPs, keeping these Dark Archons grounded. Looks like these Dragoons pushing up. And you can feel the situation getting a little bit desperate for Yellow. Viz knocking on his front door, and I'm sure Viz can feel that too. And Viz laying siege to Yellow's main base. Some desperation DTs coming out of Yellow. They rarely work on Terran though, because Terran has comm stats. They have scans, guys. Yellow desperately trying to get some production back up on this side of the map. Yellow trying to squeeze out as much as he can before he abandons the space. He's got 7 carriers. They're probably building interceptors, yeah. Maybe he just needs some time. These BCs are a bit bruised up. Yellow has some mind controls almost ready. This game's not over yet, guys. Take a look at the production. Looks like Viz is making some wraiths. Very smart. I don't know if he knows how many carriers Yellow has, but yeah, Viz reinforcing with wraiths. So looks like we have about 8 battle cruisers, I think. Yeah, 8 battle cruisers, 7 carriers, about a page and a half of tanks and Goliaths, 2 Dark Archons. I'd say the Terran army definitely is looking scarier right now. But we'll see what play is available here. Looks like Yellow trying to pick off what he can. Takes out a turret. Looks like he's going for these 3 tanks down here. Easy pickings. Their banks are dead even, aside from gas. And more carriers being popped out. He's up to 8 carriers now against 8 BCs. But he has 2 mind controls available. Okay, let's see what he can do here. This is a very interesting game state. But Wraiths come in. Yellow needs to get these observers back. Oh, mind control? 2 BCs mind controlled. So he's down to 6 BCs, but cloaked Wraiths. Oh no, there's no observers for yellow. He can't see these. The Wraiths. The Wraiths, no. And yellow. Yellow gives up. And that's the game, guys. Viz emerges victorious once again. So guys, if there's one takeaway from this game, in my view, it would be that yellow was too passive. He shouldn't have let Mustard eat the space for free. And maybe should have scouted a little bit more to assess the situation, what was going on here. If he knew how hard, Mustard and Pink were fighting, maybe even like recalls into this base would have really caused Viz a lot of trouble. But it didn't happen. The Protoss fleet is getting hunted down by cloaked wraiths. So that's the game, guys. Thanks for watching. Bit of a long one, but pretty interesting in my opinion. Until next time, Jote out.